Intelligent talk about local issues. Somebody's got to do it. Tune in to Wake Up Tucson. Mornings from 6 to 8 on AM 1030. KVOI, the voice.
All right, 7:38 in the AM on the Wake Up Tucson show. We're
little Panama.
Panama doing Van Halen mornings.
If you got a hot for teacher back there before it's all over, we got to do a little hot for teacher.
We're being joined by Deb Ferns this morning, Babes with Bulls. Thanks for coming back on, Deb.
I like to come on. I like to keep you guys grounded
And
once a month.
Thank you. And we actually have a phone call from another talk show host, Emil Franzi. From welcome to the show, Emil.
Hey, I got my rant in on Saturday when I saw he was only about 150 signatures over after having diligently beaten the streets for, 6 months?
Yeah, like I said, it was before the Super Bowl, for God's sakes.
Hey, Emil, what's the number one job of a party chair?
Several, but actually, technically, according to the state statutes, the job of the political parties is assigned to and the committeeman is getting out the vote. So I guess it must assume that you have to have someone to get out the vote
on the ballot to get the vote out for. Yeah, that's a good one.
You mean he shouldn't be getting the vote out for Jonathan Rothschild?
Well, you've got all these the precinct committeemen. Did anybody ever mail them a petition? Did anybody ever pick up the phone and say, "Hi, we need your help," at least for the ones who live in the city?
Yeah.
I mean, if they'd all gotten about 10 signatures, that would have taken care of it.
Yeah.
I might give you a couple of quickies here on this. The whole thing with this city election and this regime is apparently Mr. Stone had some influence over Mr. Miller and Sean McCluskey. McCluskey started out as a pretty feisty guy, and he turned into a cabbage the last time I had him on the show. I mean, he wasn't talking about any issues. He was, "Hi, I'm so nice. Please come and vote for me."
The Sam Stone Brian Miller dynamic duo, I say that with much sarcasm, seems to have been a real speed bump in trying to get this party where it needs to be.
Try this one. I was told by McCluskey, I said, "Why don't you have a candidate in Ward 1? This is after I told Stone, "Why don't you do what we did when we found McCluskey, and that's robocalled everybody in Ward 1 and asked them to run." Remember that bit?
Yep, I do remember that. You got him and Judith Gomez.
It would be too embarrassing, and the Democrats would make hay out of it. So, and then I was told by McCluskey, and I didn't put it on the air. I'm trying to.
But you will now.
Yeah, because there's nothing to preserve, is there?
Right.
The reason they didn't run a candidate in Ward 1 was because they didn't want to stir up Grijalva.
Oh, yeah, I heard that silliness, too.
Seriously?
Who are these Maroons?
Seriously?
It's tough. I don't know what to do with this Miller guy. I mean,
what does the word cojones mean? What does that? What does that trans? Hey!
Stop.
I do know what it means.
Okay.
I wanted to know if you knew what it meant.
I know what it means. Holy cow! Hey, when we look at the rest of the Tyler and Jennifer, I mean, the advice is
where are they going to get any money? First of all, there's things the party is assigned somewhat by statute to doing in an election. And if the party can't figure out how to do that, your candidates don't get a margin.
Yeah.
The other side does. This is not exactly going to encourage the business community to write a bunch of checks to a couple of council candidates, is it?
Not really. So, and I know again, it's a mess, Emil, and it's like we're making so many good strides here and trying to change what goes on in this place. It's so firmly entrenched, and with 12 and the Pima County Soups races coming up, which is the huge big tamale of all this stuff.
We got to protect LD seats. You got some CD seats.
You got you got to cover. Come on, they're going to be coming at those with. It'll look like a bonsai charge, in an old John Wayne movie. Come on.
Is the silver lining here that we found out that have Brian is this bad right now instead of a year from now?
Yes, I think so. But if you're going to sacrifice a city election, you could have won on it. I mean, if you can't run candidates with this climate and this council, and you can't even find anybody to run, what do you do?
Right.
What are you doing?
Yeah, it's a silver platter.
We wrote that column, the 15 things the machine's done to overplay their hand. Just take that column, take all those things, make it into a flyer, and hand it out to everyone and go, this is why you don't put in Regina Romero, Paul Cunningham, and Shirley.
But somebody's got to hand out the flyer. Or somebody's got to raise the money to put the stamp on the flyer.
Right.
Okay?
Damn you and your Vulcan logic.
And I'm totally appalled by the retrogression, for want of a better term, in the party. I thought it was bad enough in the last 2 or 3 chairs. And now we're down to we didn't even get enough. And by the way, you don't need to file twice as many signatures if you're the political party and you control a copy of the voter list. So every day you take how many signatures you got, and you go see how many of them are good. You don't need the recorders on.
Hey, wait, let me write that down, Emil. Every day you check the signatures against the voter. Okay,
you don't
got
just
it.
Say, how many do you have? Oh, I got 37. No, I want to see them. Thank you very much. And somebody has the job. Didn't you do this when you ran?
Oh, yeah.
Did you?
Wade did it.
How good your signatures are?
Oh, sure. My team wouldn't even start until I had the signatures done. Like, don't talk about anything other than getting your signatures, Joe. Get your signatures.
What we can do to help it along a little bit is we ain't putting you on the air until you get your petitions.
Yeah, that's also.
And there's absolutely no reason why, when you only needed 1,000 valid signatures citywide, McCluskey couldn't have had his signatures by, like, March.
I don't know why he didn't go to all the gun shows and get them.
Pardon?
I don't know why he didn't go to the gun shows and get them. I mean,
you could probably, the average attendance at a gun show is 1,500 to 2,000 people.
Yeah.
You probably only got about 300 Republicans there who live in the city of Tucson.
It's 300 more than he probably, than he got somewhere else.
But you'd pick up you'd pick up 100. There's a table.
Yep.
You're letting people know you're handing out literature. I don't know why they don't do that. There's other things you can do. Other groups you can do that. There's absolutely no reason. We're not talking about a monumental number here.
Nope.
And we know gun supporters are most likely registered voters. One way
that's
or
my
the other,
point.
So, yeah.
And they're probably Republicans.
Yep.
So
I mean, my logic's not off on this one.
Emil,
you're right on the money. That's one of the things you do. I remember talking to Phil Graham's people back in '96, and they were, "Oh, what should we do?" And I said, "I don't know. There's a gun show every week, and the NRA endorsed you. Does that give you a hint?" And this guy looks at me with a blank stare. Where do we get these people?
You know what's sad? I don't know if you were listening yesterday when Marshall Home called us up by accident.
Yeah.
All right. So that genius gets on here and says, "Oh, I didn't know that me and 100,000 people who have Tucson addresses don't live in the city. The post office betrayed me." That kind of thing, right? I mean, how much different is that between Marshall Home and the Pima GOP?
I don't know.
And he's a homeless guy in a box.
Here. By the way, the Libertarians didn't run anybody this year either because I guess Dave Nolan died.
Or he's the head of the Pima GOP.
Hey,
say that.
Emma, will this be part of your show on Saturday?
It was part of my show last Saturday. I mean, I'm perfectly happy to do it again. Because then he's sitting there shaking. He can't understand what's going on either.
Right.
I got 2 Democrats who sent me emails that said, "What in the hell is wrong with you guys?"
Oh, and then also the blaming of it's Jeff Rogers' fault.
Oh!
Okay, now, see, Chris, you're not the only
Emil
one.
just lost a kidney.
Yeah, well, I was going to say another person bleeding from the eye. Good.
You've heard the thing about bringing a knife to a gunfight?
Yeah, I don't do that.
McCluskey got a fly swatter.
Oh, mercy. So, all right, Emil, thanks for the call.
Okay, guys.
Talk to you soon. You can catch him 1 to 4 o'clock, Voices of the West after that on Saturdays. And let's go to right now, I don't know if he's being challenged, another mayoral candidate, Green Party Dave.